All black with the white striped tops. Get us underway. These two teams played on April the 2nd in Pittsburgh. A 1-0 win by the Rhinos as Grinwis gets an early touch. He's got the knee brace on the left knee. Recovering from MCL injury.
And I'm just wondering, coming back for our first game back from an MCL injury, how his movements, especially his lateral movements, is going to be. We'll see sooner or later in this game.
Pittsburgh looking to make something happen. They've changed coaches, brought in a few different players. As an early challenge, Voleski and Willie Hunt get tangled up in the first minute of play.
Yeah, I mean, this is a ball that chipped over, and he just went up, and Voleski basically went onto him, and he just get a little shaken up on that play.
Pittsburgh will get a quick restart to the far side. Green taken off the ball, Forbes to Voleski. Picked back up by Kevin Kerr for Pittsburgh. Branson to Hunt. Quick little touch forward from Maloto. Taken away by Forbes. Hunt and Pittsburgh look to get a touch from Danny Earls. Danny Earls came across the pond in 2008 to play here in Rochester. Steve Guppy instrumental in bringing Danny over. Hunt will get a second chance to cross. Says no, we'll hold it up, and it's, wow, a goal kick. Referee's assistant's going to change it now as Jorge Ramirez kind of gave her a look and said, I think it's going to be a corner kick, and she said, my bad.
Yes. I mean, she realized that she made a mistake there because it clearly was a corner kick on that one. It looks like the Riverhounds is starting the game on a high pace against the Rhinos, and I think these guys are really trying to push it to the Rhinos to see what they're made of. And
you said that before the game. I thought they were going to bunker down, but it's early. They're coming at them.
Yes, they're definitely pushing the ball, pushing the envelope against the Rhinos, and it's this early few minutes of the game.
James, easy call there as Branson shoving down Ryan James. Rhinos in the all-time head-to-head series, 21 wins, 6 losses, 4 draws against the Riverhounds. It's James working with Toch. Boggs marking him, helping out with Toch was Hollingsworth. It's been a tough year for the Riverhounds. Mark Steffens was let go by Tuffy Schallenberger, the owner of Pittsburgh, and they brought in Dave Brandt, who we'll talk about, I'm sure, throughout the evening, and he's looking to right the ship here. As the Rhinos started the season 4-1-1. A little hiccup here in their last 6 games played. The defending USL champions looking to, as Bob Lilly said this morning, grow and improve. We'll see how that form.
Yeah, I mean, after coming off of such a great season, we. The rest of the league knows what the Rhinos has, and they're definitely planning and training to play the Rhinos on their away and on their home turf.
Santos, Garzi gets it outside for Forbes, and it's the outside netting. It thought it was in. Crowd was up on their feet, but it was the side netting. And there may have been a deflection.
I mean, this was Rhinos was really fighting for this one. The Santos picked it up and put this, just easy laid it off, and Forbes put it to the outside, and that one was absolutely a close one. And again, the Rhinos seems to turn it back over to the Riverhounds. I mean, the Riverhounds started very strong, but the Rhinos now is pushing it back to these guys to see what they're made of now.
Forbes chips into the box over the head of Voleski. Canardo chases down the rebound. We'll play it back to James. Rhinos 3-1-2 on home turf. James slips, but Forbes ends up with the ball. Hunt gets his head on it. Brought down by Apostolopoulos. Back from a yellow card suspension. The 27-year-old from Greece. It's a little chip into the box, but too far.
Yeah, too far. But he was actually looking for the Santos was calling for it, and he saw him. He just tried to chip him, but just a little bit too heavy, and the keeper was an easy save for the keeper.
There's Forbes and Ugarte double teaming. Looking for the speedster Voleski. It's broken up. Cleared by Willie Hunt. Looking for Herzog, but Apostolopoulos. Dos Santos takes a massive knock to the back of the head from Smith. Referee, I don't even think he saw it. Says play on.
Yeah, he played on. I wonder if he was trying to use the advantage because the ball went back into Forbes' feet. So he probably was trying to use the advantage there.
Well, high pressure coming from the Riverhounds. And foul called against James. Here's a look at that last challenge with Smith and Dos Santos.
Yeah, this one, yeah, he definitely went up and caught him in the back of the head there. But again, I think the referee was looking. The ball went to Forbes' feet, so he think it was just going to use the advantage.
Toch looking for Garzi. Broken up. Sent down the far side. Headed out of play. Boggs looking for it, but James there to knock it away. Maloto. Going to shift it. He'll play it back. Smith. Branson. Bad giveaway. Chance for Dos Santos. Voleski to his left. Dos Santos. Voleski in the box. Gilstrap off his line and cleared away at the last second by Michael Green.
That was a great save by the keeper. Great come. I mean, that was a great steal by Dos Santos to pick it up, and then seeing Voleski run with him and just easily laid it off to him for an easy tap in. But the keeper came out pretty well on that ball. He read it well, waited, and just picked him off.
Gilstrap, the 33-year-old veteran, making a big save there as the Rhinos now win a corner kick on the near side. Second one of the game. It's Canardo Forbes. Steps in, delivers. Header. In the net! It's Farrell again! Joe Farrell, the center back, has picked up his fourth goal of the season, and it's a beauty on a corner kick. That's
what a great team does. And on set plays, you have to use these set plays, free kicks, corner kicks, and this was a beautiful one that he just went up and put it in right in the side netting. That was a beautiful goal.
8th minute, Farrell's fourth of the season. Canardo Forbes, beautiful delivery, his first assist. And what can you say about the rookie, Joe Farrell? Got his first pro goal against Charleston. He's got his fourth now, and the goals continue to come for the center back, who is just behind Christian Voleski right now, who's got 5 goals for the Rhinos. Unbelievable.
And who said defensive player doesn't score goals, huh?
A good start here for the Rhinos in the 9th minute. They get the early goal. Let's see how Pittsburgh responds. And a quick shot as Grinwis is backpedaling. Not too far off the mark.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Great look. He saw Grinwis was off the line, and he just sent it over. And Grinwis made a great save there.
9th minute. It is 1-0 Rochester. Farrell on a corner kick from Canardo Forbes. Hard challenge picked up by Wallfall. Oh, good idea there by Forbes, but Earls gets the call his way as he was the one who went down. There's a little shove to Canardo Forbes.
Yeah, I guess he didn't like Canardo Forbes coming up to him like that. But that could have went either way there on that one. I mean, he was just trying to get around him by pushing the ball around him, and he went down, and the ref called a foul against him.
Restart for the Riverhounds. 0-3-3 away from home. Gets through the box. No harm there as it'll come out on a 10th minute goal kick for Adam Grinwis, his 8th appearance of the season. 1.00 goals against average for Grinwis. Played 7 games last year in that championship season. Brandon Miller obviously was the go-to guy in that campaign. But also hats off to the tremendous defensive line that Bob Lilly put in front, where they only gave up 15 goals the entire season to go with a 19-game unbeaten streak. Rhinos only the second team to win the regular season and USL championship. Here's Hunt, the 28-year-old, who can play on the flank or as a central back. Played 30 games last season for Pittsburgh, gets the long throw-in. Toch knocked down by Green. And it'll be just inside of midfield. And the Rhinos will get a restart. Little giveaway, middle of the field. Maloto and the Riverhounds have a chance to counter, but there's no way they'll beat Grinwis to that ball.
Yeah, that could have been real bad situation there. I mean, we can't give away the ball like that in the middle of the field, exactly. And he's going in on a 1-on-1 or 2v1 and into the defense.
Maloto. Service. Grinwis comes out. Neatly snags it out of the air. 12th minute. Get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. Kerr. Under the near side, Hunt overlapping. Back to Kerr. The captain, Kevin Kerr. USL Team of the Week after the 2-1 win against Montreal, ending a 3-game losing streak. Kerr with a goal and an assist for the Riverhounds, and Dos Santos and the Rhinos coming right down the middle. Dos Santos forced to go outside, and it is cleared by Pittsburgh, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos deep in the Pittsburgh half.
Yeah, I would love to see in a situation like that, in a breakaway situation like that, Dos Santos will at least wait, slow it down a little bit and wait for some help to come and help him out.
Foul called, center circle, as the Riverhounds will pick up a free kick. Garte, who got called for the infraction. Green. Now played back. Branson gets a touch on the near side. Looks, delivers long. Foot race for this one, and no shot for Corey Herzog. Be a goal kick for Grinwis. We're in the 14th minute for Rochester and Pittsburgh, who have made some changes this season, as we get a look at Dave Brandt, who's come in to replace Mark Steffens. And you would talk about a successful coach at the college level. He spent the past 7 years at the U.S. Naval Academy, but looking before that, he won 6 NCAA Division III titles at Messiah College in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And you and I were talking before the game, Darryl, about the book, The Messiah Method. Talks about the men's and the women's program there at Messiah, and what a tremendous program they had.
Yeah, they had a great program. I mean, I was scouting because, as you know, I do a little coaching, so I was scouting to find something a little different to do with the kids that I coach, and I run across this book, the Messiah Method, and this book talks about, ways to get to players, and it really has nothing to do with winning, but everything to do with playing for something bigger than just winning, playing for something bigger than the game. If you play for, for instance, the Rhinos, they're playing for the Rhinos, a symbol, what it stands for, and not just to win, and that's what he preaches.
The book was published in 2011 by Michael Zigarelli, who was a professor and also I believe a soccer coach at Messiah now. But Dave Brandt brought in, and some big things to change with Pittsburgh, who are 2-7-3 and yet to win on the road.
And again, it's a mindset. So this is his first stints with these guys. So it's a mindset that he have to build within the players, and they have to buy into what he's coaching and what he's telling them.
Toch gets a cross away block. Very animated. If you watch him throughout the evening, he is pacing up and down the sidelines, almost as if he's playing in the game. He's one of the more colorful coaches we've seen come into Rochester.
Yes, yeah. Normally the coach would just sit down, and he's pacing back and forth.
He's using every inch of that box. He's at the far end of the box right now. There's another corner kick. They scored in the 8th minute. Farrell, he's lurking again. It's Forbes with the delivery. A good ball. Farrell off the top of his head. Watch out when he's around.
Yes, I mean he got up there. He tower up above everyone. Just a little bit too much for him. He just get right off of his head. Again, and in set plays, corner kicks, free kicks, we got to utilize those, and that's what the Rhinos is trying to do this evening.
Joe Farrell out of LaSalle University. What a great acquisition by Pat Erkley and Bob Lilly. And he has done well this season. There's the captain, Garzi. Good ball back to James. 17th minute. The Rhinos lead this 1-0. Forbes spins back to James. Toch tries to flick it on. Earls will pick it up. He'll leave it there for Kerr. Onto the near side. Hunt off the chest. Settles, takes a look. Green, quick touch forward, but nobody on the end of it. Ugarte pressured now, but gets away from Herzog. And Pittsburgh could be onto something here. Some high pressure and given away. Herzog, top of the 18. Kerr, shot blocked by James. Kerr again, and a good save from Grinwis coming off his line with aggression.
So that's a great save by Grinwis. But here again, I mean, the Rhinos cannot give away those easy passes, give away those ball, especially in their defensive third of the field. If they keep on doing this, they're going to be paying for it later. There's
a giveaway. It's Voleski. Shot. Gilstrap diving to his right. This one's starting to open up.
Yeah, it's starting to open up. I mean, Voleski had DeSantos on the side there. He tried to take him on one-on-one, but I think the better play was to just knock it over to DeSantos. But he tried a shot, and that's all that matters. You got to shoot to score.
Striker, top of the 18. I think he's going to go for it.
Yeah.
There's DeSantos battling through two challenges. Picks up a throw-in for the Rhinos. Don't forget that Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Into space, Voleski, shot! Oh, it's up and off the mark.
And that was a
goal kick.
Yes, Voleski tried to kill that one.
He sure did.
Like a 6-yard box, and they put a lot of power in that shot.
It'll be a goal kick for Hunter Gilstrap. 7 games played, 14 goals against after coming back to Pittsburgh. 2015 was with Carolina in the NASL. There's Farrell outside of the boots, swerving back in. Branson. Green, nice touch to Hunt. Maloto, good turn. Good ball forward now for Herzog. And the shot actually by Boggs. Saved at the near post by Grinwis.
I would say Grinwis's legs is doing pretty well. I mean, he did doing lateral movements. He's jumping. He's going up in the air. I mean, I think he's okay.
Looking solid so far. He's been called upon a couple of times, and he's been up to the challenge. Maloto to Hollingsworth. Earls. A fan favorite when he played here in Rochester with the Rhinos. Danny Earls now 27 years old. He was just a kid, 18 years old when he first came over. And Foul is called on Ugarte for dumping Willie Hunt. And the restart coming up here for Pittsburgh in the 21st minute. Ugarte's been involved here in this first half with some contact, but Willie Hunt, again, not afraid to get stuck in on the tackle, so no stranger to this kind of play.
Yes, not afraid at all. He's a physical player, and he'll get in there. He's not afraid at all.
Danny Earls. Voleski fronting the ball for the Rhinos, 21st minute. Free kick here for the Riverhounds. Swerving ball, a good one from Earls. Headed up and away by Dos Santos. Toch. Garzi, oh, he gets sliced by Boggs. Yeah. He's in the air, and Boggs just comes running through. He's defenseless there.
Yeah, that was a nasty one just now.
Bob Lilly calling over Toch, having a few words with him. As Grinwis will put this one back into play. And push everybody forward, doesn't want to go short here. Pretty animated conversation there for the U.S. Hall of Fame coach with his Mr. Everything, Sean Toch. Earls. Header at midfield picked up by Canardo Forbes. Nice touch from Toch. Garzi. Good ball. Looking for Toch again, but Earl steps in. And this one goes over the sideline, so throw-in coming up, quickly taken by Garzi to Ugarte. Good move. Cuts around Kerr. Into the box for Dos Santos. It's a little too high. And it's Gilstrap to make the save.
It was a great move, great little fancy move by Ugarte there to get that ball across into the box. He was actually looking for Dos Santos for just keep it right beautifully, and then went up and picked it out of the air.
Oh, that's tough call. Wall fall. I don't know about that one, Daryl.
Yeah.
He didn't even see.
Yeah, that was a tough call. I mean, referee sees some bodies go down, and he just made a call. Don't really see anything malice here. Guy just went up in the air. He was just there.
The only thing I could see is maybe Farrell was the one who was in from behind, or Apostolopoulos, one of those two. But wall fall, I thought, was pretty clean on that play. There was a player in behind the Pittsburgh attacker, but the referee has a better view, and another dangerous ball from Earls. You don't want to give Danny too many of those.
Yeah, he's curving them, pretty well into the box. I mean, having a player running onto one of those could be dangerous.
Settled by Voleski. Midway through the first half, Garzi's got some space on this near side. Garzi. Dos Santos not going to get there.
Yeah, he's just a miscommunication there. I mean, Dos Santos make the move, but Garzi just a little bit too strong.
Garzi battling with Moloto. Toch, quick little touch, intercepted by Boggs. Moloto. The South African plays it back to Willie Hunt. Branson. Hunt. Pittsburgh looking for some possession here. Earls, again, he's debuting tonight with Pittsburgh. Played with them. Didn't sign to start the year and brought back in after we talked about some very intense situations with Mark Steffens being let go and Romeo Parks released from the team after a May 7th situation where he struck Ouimet from New York Red Bulls 2 with a vicious cleat to the back. So it's been a very challenging year for the team from the Three Rivers. Moloto. Ugarte has to hustle on the near side. Hunt starting to inch forward as this game goes on. A high, deep cross, and that'll avoid everybody.
Yeah, no one was there for that one. I mean, he was looking for players to run in, but no one from the Pittsburgh Riverhounds was even close to that one.
Well, keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. Winwis up to midfield. Toch, a little helper with the head. Branson, James, Forbes likes it down on the turf, brings it down. This is played off of Boggs. The Rhinos will be back in action on Saturday, July the 2nd, against the very dangerous and stingy New York Red Bulls 2, who have given up the fewest goals in the USL with 8 after 13 games played. While Pittsburgh will be home on the 4th of July, hosting their rivals from across the state, the Harrisburg City Islanders. Hunt. Smith. Hollingsworth. Green. Green, who's played everywhere on the pitch for Pittsburgh, up top, in the back. Loses control of the ball. As Toch is just nudged off the ball by Green, and it'll be a restart for the Rhinos just inside their own half. Wallfall over to take it, his 8th appearance of the season. The German who comes over from Austria's Lustenau. We'll leave it for Farrell. Finds Ugarte on the near side. Picked up by the Riverhounds. Green. Boggs. Back to Green. Touch there in front, broken up by Farrell. Picked up again by Pittsburgh. Forbes fights back for Rochester. Here's James. Checking back Voleski. Settles. Triple team, nowhere to go. Fall will regroup for Rochester. 28th minute. 1-0 Rhinos lead. Ugarte. Garzi. Ball fall. I was looking to open it up here. Very congested on this near side.
It's a great composure by the Rhinos, knocking the ball, getting the touches on the ball.
Leski had the flick, and then he took a knock as well.
Yeah, he
Smith, the player again, who's been a little physical here tonight.
Yes, he did. And I guess in a situation like this, I think the referee again was looking. The foul was against the Rhinos, but then so the Santos never get control of the ball, so he did call the foul, which is great officiating.
Smith, the 27-year-old, only his 4th appearance, number 3 for the Riverhounds. Comes over from the NASL, played with Fort Lauderdale and San Antonio. Also spent some time in Finland. He has been a physical presence here. Ugarte steps back, takes another look, chips into the box, far side. Farrell gets a head on it, and a routine save deep in the 6 for Hunter Gilstrap. Maloto, 1v4. Good little swipe there from Wall Fall to knock the ball away and then get a piece.
That's a great tackle, a great one-on-one, because it could have been a one-on-one situation. Then great comeback on that breakaway.
Forbes squares up against Hunt, cuts inside. Ugarte trying to turn the corner. Good tackle from Hunt.
It's a great tackle there by Hunt, because Ugarte was actually in the 18-yard box moving in.
Fall gets a little flick on it to Farrell. He'll hammer one down back into Gilstrap's penalty area. But Rochester coming off a tough 1-0 loss to Louisville last Saturday, ending a 24-game home unbeaten streak in USL play. Looking to get some edge back into this one now and send the league a bit of a message that we want to start another streak. As you look at the standings now, Louisville with 34 points, tops in the East. While out west, Vancouver just 2 points ahead of the LA Galaxy with 28 points. And we are taking the hydration break. You and I kind of talked about that before. You showed me the temperature, 84 degrees.
Yes.
I think 82 is the mark where the fourth official can make the decision to take the break. And it's a 3-minute break. They'll get hydrated, and then this time will be added to first half stoppage time. So we weren't sure if that was coming today, but yes, it is happening once again.
Yes, it is happening. I mean, yes, because I looked at the temperature earlier before the game started. See the temperature, and wanted it. Are we going to have a hydration break or not? But here it is.
I mean, it's warm, but not very humid.
It's not because from where we are standing here, it's warm, but there's a breeze that's coming through the stadium that I think would basically cool the players down. But I guess the fourth official deemed it necessary to give them a hydration break.
While we have a break, let's take a look at that goal. In the 8th minute, the Rhinos had a corner kick, and Canardo Forbes has taken all 3 corner kicks, and here's the delivery to Farrell, and he gets his 4th of the season. Not bad for a central defender.
Not bad at all. I mean, and he actually caught the goalkeeper flat-footed. The goalkeeper wasn't on his toes at all, and the ball basically had to take one bounce and into the goal.
That is it in the 8th minute, and that's where we stand right now. 1-0 Rochester leading the Riverhounds. These two teams played in Pittsburgh April the 2nd. Of course, we mentioned the Rhinos taking that 1-0 lead, or the 1-0 win in that match. But for Rochester now, it's a matter of getting off that 1-3-2 skid in their last 6 games played.
Yes, and I think, again, as we mentioned at the start of the game, it's time to get back on that streak, at least that streak at home. That winning streak, I should say, at home for the Rhinos, because they have the personnel, they have the players, and it's just time to get back to the winning ways and knowing what to do and how to do it and when to do it.
Play will resume with a Ugarte throw-in on the near side. And here we go. Hydration break is over. Play resuming. Forbes. Ugarte threads the needle. Dos Santos' touch. Pushes it outside instead of around the defender.
Yes, just a little bit too heavy because, he had that one touch would have beat the last defender. But just a little bit too heavy on that touch. I know he's like wonder if I can have that one back.
Santos had some space up behind the defender. Smith. Quick touch to Hollingsworth. Back onto the near side. Balotto. Grinwis will get there first.
And another thing I noticed, too, I think that the coach made a slight adjustment in the positioning in the field. So I noticed Forbes is more on the outside. Torch is playing central midfield instead of defense, and Fall is like playing in his position. So I think he's pushing the multi-facet Torch a little bit. On the
I like that multi-facet. So Santos almost came away with that one. This is one of 6 remaining games on the day. There was an earlier matchup today, 12:30 kickoff at FNB Field in Harrisburg, but Charlotte handing it to the Islanders 3-1. The Independents pick up the win. They're 7th on the season. They go to 24 points now. While the Harrisburg City Islanders get into double digits. Their 11th loss of the season. That game was supposed to be played last night, but postponed due to inclement weather. The only game last night in the USL was LA Galaxy 2-0 over the visiting Tulsa Roughnecks. What a name and a blast from the past. Tulsa Roughnecks. The old NESL days. It's a place you didn't want to go down and play. They were nasty.
Just by the name itself, Roughnecks.
They were rough. Remember many Lancer and Cosmo games down there. They were wars. Here in Rochester, we're in the 35th minute. A 1-0 lead for the defending USL champion Rochester Rhinos. Ugarte. Apostolopoulos. Farrell's quick touch to Green. Just lays it in the middle, no one there but a Rhino. Ugarte. Fall. Rhinos playing in this tight space on this near side.
Yes, yeah, some tight space, but the thing is they're keeping possession of the ball, just knocking it around, which is a good game to have. But again, you want to have 3-4 of those tight passes, and then you just break it out. Have someone move into an open space and then break it out of there as soon as the other team collapses into that space.
There's Hunt with a throw-in right in front of his own bench. Toch. Dos Santos. Forbes. Kerr on his back. Feels the pressure, spins away. Voleski. Gets away there on the pass to Garzi. Maloto. Good effort, but Ugarte denies the split. James, the rookie out of Bowling Green University. To Garzi, a good run on the far side. Into the mix, and Branson.
What a ball from James. I mean, he just basically sliced it from the outside of the foot to bend around the defender to send it down to his teammates, and great ball into the box. Great soccer.
Fourth corner kick of the game. Forbes making his fourth visit to the corner flag. Had an assist in the 8th minute on Farrell's goal. Let's see if he can hook up once again.
And here again, these set plays, they're dangerous.
Good ball. Green gets the head on it. Good little sprint there from James. Turn the corner. Oh, he just lost it out of bounds.
Just lost it. Yeah, that's great move. Great defensive move by James there to pick that ball up and try to bring it back into the box.
These two teams will meet one more time on August the 20th. That'll be right here at Rhino Stadium. Final game of the. As Toch wins the header.
Toch did a little pushed off there, and the ref was right and saw that, and that's why he called that foul against him.
Forbes picks it up on the far side. Still with it, pressured, knocks it off the Riverhounds defender. And there'll be a throw in the 39th minute, and really a beautiful evening.
Yes, it is a great evening. A great evening for soccer. Again, the temperature, so I guess it's a little warm, but I guess we mentioned earlier, it's a nice little breeze blowing through here. So I think the players is liking this, is liking the way the ball is running, especially the Rhinos.
Garzi stops, starts, plays it back to Ugarte. All the way back to Apostolopoulos. Farrell, pressure coming, fall showing. Good change to the far side by the Rhinos. James. Fall. Forbes. Good little turn there from Canardo. Garzi's in the box. Gilstrap off his line. The flag comes up.
Yeah, that was a great composure by the Rhinos. Great touch and great connection of the plays. This was just unfortunate that ball that's going through. It caught him in an offside position.
It'll be Gilstrap to put it back into play. Played with Pittsburgh from 2010 through 2014. Suited up for the Riverhounds 93 times before heading to Charlotte. Or Carolina, I'm sorry. Dos Santos again. Another knock to the back of the head, and it's Smith. A little shove in the back of Voleski.
Yeah, I guess the first one, the Rhinos, the referee decided just to let it play. I'm not sure why, but the second one, he got the second one. Maybe he thought the first one wasn't serious enough or vicious enough for it to be a call.
Smith will probably go into the book in the next foul. He's been called upon a few times. Forbes outside. Farrell, good tackle.
It's a great tackle, great tackle.
Maloto looking to start the counterattack. Trying to find Boggs on this near side. Ugarte's there to defend. Header picked up by Maloto. Maloto, top of the 18, looking for space. Back to Earls, sets it up, fires! Off the mark.
It's a great work by the Riverhounds there. Earl take a great shot, but Maloto, he's making those plays right at the top of the Rhinos box there, so they got to keep an eye on him. He's trying to be that playmaker that the Riverhounds is looking for this game.
Maloto, 1 goal in 10 games played coming into this one. Former draft pick of the Seattle Sounders back in 2013. Also played in the PDL with a former coach of the Rochester Rhinos, Mr. Laurie Calloway. Dos Santos with a steal in the box. Dos Santos shot! Side netting! As he leans over in disbelief.
That was great work by Dos Santos. I mean, that was all individual effort. I mean, he worked. He to get knocked off the ball. He came back. He won it back, and he looked up. The keeper came out, and he just tried to slot him, and just unfortunately he went wide of the post. I know he wanted to have that one back.
Well, apparently Gilstrap got a piece of it. Fifth corner kick. Cleared. Garzi with a beautiful rifle on the volley.
That was a great shot.
Wins another corner kick. And is Forbes over to take it. There's a good look at it, Daryl.
Yeah, that was a great ball coming over. I mean, headed out, and he just lined up and just hit it. I mean, great timing, great shot onto goal. Put it on target.
Another good ball. Forbes tipped by Gilstrap. Referee's assistant says it came out of play, then back in, so it'll be a goal kick for Gilstrap and the Riverhounds. 44th minute, 1-0, the Rhinos leading on the goal from Farrell. And Forbes, 6 corner kicks. Every delivery has been excellent.
Every delivery has been excellent from the corner kicks. I mean, he's putting it right in the box, right in the 6 yard, top of the 6 yard box where his players can get right onto it. Either get a head on it or get it in a position where it's an opportunity to score a goal.
Will there be a late one here in the first half? Good hustle by Ugarte to keep it in play. Voleski, Dos Santos, Forbes. Cleared by Hunt. Fall. Knocking high to the far side, brought down by Maloto. Boggs through the center circle. Boggs may have won a call there. Felt a little contact went down, but nonetheless a foul called and win for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so I think he actually put up because the referee saw he put his hand on the player's shoulder, so he probably just called that as a foul.
Pittsburgh with a restart. 45th minute, 2 minutes of stoppage time called for.
And this could be another test for Greenwich in goal, right at the top of the box.
Headed across and into the back of the net. 45th minute, the Riverhounds on a set piece get the equalizer, and it's Herzog. And if that's by design, that is a great design play.
If it is by design, because it came over to one side of the post, all the Rhinos players was on one side, and the Riverhounds just set it back over to the other side of the post, and no one was over there to pick up that player coming in.
Well, the way it looks on that replay, it'll be Branson with the assist and Herzog with the goal. 5th goal of the year for Herzog. First assist for Branson, and it's on the set piece that gets the Riverhounds level late in the first half.
Again, those set pieces. I mean, again, those set pieces are dangerous. That's why teams practice those during their practices for situations like that.
And people always talk about those late goals, last 5 minutes, first 5 minutes, and that's going to give the Riverhounds a bit of confidence.
It's definitely going to give them a bit of confidence going into halftime, and some momentum coming out back to the for second half.
Gilstrap will take his time as Pittsburgh has fought to get back into this one. Headed off the turf by Fall. Oof. Foul called. Wall fall goes down. So Connor, and it's the only change so far as we begin half number 2 with a Rhinos kickoff. Fall to Ugarte. Apostolopoulos. Valesky up in the air twice. Down to Garzi. Fall. Russell, the 25-year-old, makes his 12th appearance of the season. Missed 6 weeks in 2015 with a knee injury. Comes on here at the start of the second half. Dos Santos whizzes one across, nobody on the end of it.
It was a great ball into the box. It just unfortunately no one was reading that play.
Well, Forbes took a knock to the right hip. He goes down. He's slow to get up. Boggs can't keep that one. Check at Herzog. To Apostolopoulos. To James. Farrell. Out of play on the near side, and some good hands from Bob Lilly.
Yeah, I mean,
former professional, wasn't a goalie though. Green looking for Herzog, broken up by James. And this one takes a hop on the sideline, and a throw-in coming up here for Pittsburgh. Again, these two teams played April 2nd in Pittsburgh. The opener for the Rhinos, a 1-0 win. Valesky from Ugarte in that game. It was in the 7th minute. That one stood. Different Pittsburgh team now with a new coach. A few players who have been let go. And Dave Brandt, high energy, up and down the sideline. Claps has to push his team forward here. Kerr. Knocked away by James. Herzog trying to turn. Earls. And Hollingsworth finally opens up the valve and lets it out to the far side. Into the box, the header. Near post. Grinwis is there.
Great save. I mean, exactly what I'm looking for the Rhinos to do in the second half is exactly what the Riverhounds just did. I mean, the whole play was collapsing. Some short passes in one area of the field, and then they just dumped it out to the open guy on the outside in the open space to go on goal.
Riverhounds getting that late equalizer, so maybe a bit of confidence coming onto the field.
It's definitely a confidence booster to score right at the end of the first half for these guys. I mean, they're playing. I mean, that just boosts them, and you can see the way they're starting the second half. Yeah, confidence booster, and believing that they can even win this game.
Forbes, Valesky, unable to get that one down as there was just too much pace on it.
Yeah, that was just it's a good ball through to Velasquez, but just a little bit too much pace on the ball for him to keep up on that one.
49th minute, Gilstrap will put this one back into play and get into the game through the USL social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. Fall onto the foot of Forbes. Canardo. Toch. Ugarte off his foot. The Riverhounds throwing. It'll be Russell to take it. Played in 2014 with Charlotte when Mark Steffens was the head coach. Also had trials actually in Germany with a couple different teams before returning to the Vancouver Whitecaps residency program. A lot of experience for the 25-year-old Drew Russell. Farrell's clearance is over the near sideline. Throwing for Hollingsworth, a 22-year-old. Signed with the Columbus Crew in March of this year. And ended up here in Pittsburgh after being the number 41 overall pick. Hollingsworth again with another throw-in. It was the MLS Super Draft where he was number 41. Oh, Garzi. A little shove to the shoulder. James will put this one back into play. I'm intrigued by the Pittsburgh bench. They're animated, very, very passionate, very high energy in motion constantly.
Yes. I mean,
both coaches.
Both coaches. But I mean, for the Rhinos coach, he sits and then he gets up and he sits. For the Riverhounds, I don't think I've seen him sit all game.
No,
He's into the game. I mean, every play, every pass, every shot, he is into this game.
Dave Brandt was almost brought in a couple years ago. Had some conversations with the ownership group. It just didn't work out at that time. As Toch coming into the 18, Earls will have to take no chances, give him a corner kick. But it didn't work out a couple years ago. And he kind of had said, well, okay, that Pittsburgh job is probably a thing of the past. And then Mark Steffens is let go, and they kept his contact information. And before they called him on a Wednesday, and I think by Saturday, he had given word that he would take over. So you never know when these come back for opportunities. As this is in the box, and Gilstrap lets it sit inside the 6. 52nd minute. James. Farrell, good touch for Dos Santos. Voleski. Gilstrap will get there first.
That's a great touch, great pass by Dos Santos to Voleski. Again, but the keeper read it beautifully. He's came off his line to pick that one up.
Little back heel, cheeky one from Dos Santos. That would have been a beautiful goal.
That would have been a beautiful goal if he had got to that ball.
Darryl Stewart, 1996. No? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
You're nodding your head. Okay.
Yep. 96. 90. First two and a half years. Yeah.
97 maybe.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go 97. Foul called on Pittsburgh. Quick restart to Toch. Russell marking him. Forbes. Ugarte. Picked up by Earls. Change of pace, gets away from Toch for just a split second. Still coming through with it, but broken up by Dos Santos. Final connection there.
Just a little bit off. Instead of leading him to the side, he led him like a through pass, and he was not looking for that pass from Dos Santos like that.
Hollingsworth. We'll switch it over to the far side for Russell. We're in the 54th minute. Squared 1-1. Maloto to Hollingsworth. Tosh stands up and wins it for Rochester. Voleski held on to there by Smith. It's been persistent with him. He's going to have to be careful. Just gets wrapped around Voleski's waist.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He doesn't get a. I think he did. Does he has a yellow card to begin with? He may.
Does not, but he has been involved quite a bit. Headed back to Toch. Picked up by the Riverhounds. Earls. Tripped up by Dos Santos. Boggs. Russell. Green. Top of the 18, James has to be careful because Kerr is right there.
It was right there. I mean, it was a good serve into the box. I thought the ball was actually going further than it did, but it curved and stopped.
There's Voleski. Finds his strike partner in Dos Santos. Back to Garzi. And all the way back to Ugarte. Fans don't like that. Wanted to keep going forward. Forbes will do just that. Still Canardo. Ugarte to Toch. Fall. Pastelopoulos. Ugarte, touch, delivers. Deep. Garzi chasing it down. 56th minute, tied at 1. Back to James. Fall to James.
Well, this is definitely what the Rhino need to do right here, just to keep the ball from side to side of the field, play the feet, and just keep the ball. Let the Riverhounds chase. Let's let them chase and then find those open spaces, those slots for the forward, DeSantis and Voleski going through.
Long ball flicked on. Voleski has a chance. Willie Hunt gets a little swipe at it to deny the opportunity. Hollingsworth. Green. Outside. Boggs. Maloto. Onto the near side for Herzog. Flag comes up for offside.
And Herzog make a great run. I think he made 2 runs. The second one he was in the offside position. But he's running into those spaces. I mean, he's the only one that is moving on the top for the Riverhounds. But he's making some great runs.
Here's Apostolopoulos. Canardo Forbes spinning, looking for options. Toch nudged off the ball by Earls. Back to Danny Earls. A clever left foot of Earls finding Hollingsworth, who's coming up hobbling.
Yeah, he just I think he just take a bad step and just twisted his ankle just now.
No one around him, just like I said, a bad step, and here's a look at it, Darryl.
Yeah, I mean, he was just going for he controlled the ball, he take one touch, and then he just buckled. I mean, just one touch in his buckle. I'm not even sure if it's the ankles or if it was the knees that actually have had a problem there.
Hollingsworth will try and shake it off.
But knowing as a player, I mean, you don't want to come off the field. You know, you gotta. You know, some players say you got to take me off of the stretcher for me to come off of this field. And that's what Collinsworth is doing right now. He's hobbling a little bit. He's like, telling the coach, no, I'm staying.
And during that stoppage, the Rhinos did make their first substitution. Sofian Turgu coming on for Sean Toch in the 58th minute. Turgu's 6th appearance of the season. And he sets up right in the center of midfield. Very crafty. A talented player looking for some distribution up to Voleski and Dos Santos.
Right, and I think that's what the Rhinos wants now, or what they're looking for. I mean, it needs some one of the players to basically take over the central midfield, essential area of the field, to be creative, to be the distributor, to look for the guys who's running through and make things happen right now, because there's no one is actually doing that right now within the central midfield position.
We'll see if Turgu can bring that to the table. Definitely has the flair for that style of play. But it's Pittsburgh with possession right now. Maloto. Green to Maloto. Swung over. Hunt. Earls. Now Russell. Low cross. Easily handled by Apostolopoulos, and Ugarte is dumped.
Yeah, he was crushed right there. But the Riverhounds is knocking the ball around. But again, I think, as I said earlier, the Rhinos really need someone to take control of the midfield and to really change this game a little bit now, trying to find these guys on the top.
Grinwis. Flicked on, Turgu. 2-on-1 with Dos Santos. Finds him in front. It's behind him. Laid off for Garzi. Shot. Goal! 2-1 Rochester.
I mean, exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, Turgu right away, open space. He had this space and the shot, but he laid it back off to I think it was Dos Santos. Dos Santos get a little tangled up with the ball. He was looking for the shot, and he see Ugarte coming in, and just beautiful shot, beautiful finish, beautiful composure.
The captain, Mike Garzi's first goal of the season. Dos Santos gets his second assist. Just lays it off for Garzi, who slams it home with the left foot. And Rochester has the 2-1 lead. Well, you talked about Turgu making an impact, and he sure did right away.
Sure did right away. I mean, instant impact for the Rhinos.
Great substitution by Bob Lilly as it pays off. Just 2 minutes after coming on, Dos Santos called for the foul against Smith. Says, hey, I got to return some of the favor. Pittsburgh getting ready to make another change. Jordan Murrell tying the boots and getting ready to come on.
And here again, Pittsburgh just switching the ball to the open man from side to side.
Smith, Hollingsworth, poked away by Garzi. Smith has to be careful there as he plays it back to Gilstrap.
Yeah, he did well to recover because he had a bad first touch on that ball. Did pretty well to recover to get it back to his keeper.
Earls. Garzi wins the header to Forbes. Couple of touches forward, still Forbes. Working on Hollingsworth and Green. Dos Santos gets Smith out of the way, turns and fires, but it's wide.
Yeah, it was a great ball by Forbes. I mean, splitting two guys to the Santos. I mean, he was looking for him, he waited for him. But I think Forbes was actually looking for the return pass on this one, but he never got it. The Santos decided just to take a shot on goal.
63rd minute, second change of the game for Dave Brandt's side. It is Jordan Murrell coming on, replacing Marshall Hollingsworth. Farrell making his 9th appearance of the season, the Syracuse University product. Former draft pick of Real Salt Lake in the 2015 MLS Super Draft. The subs are becoming fast and furious now for Pittsburgh. They look to get level here as they're down 2-1 in the 63rd minute. Throwing for Ugarte on the far side. Gets it back, and Valesky knocks it out of play. Goals from Farrell and Garzi for Rochester. Herzog for the Riverhounds. As Turgu working with Valesky. Gets it back. Central for Garzi. Into the box. Dos Santos would have been offside.
Dos Santos definitely would have been offside. But I think in a situation like that, Valesky should have kept going because I think he was in an onside position, but he stopped. I mean, he stopped, and I don't know what he was saying. I don't know if he was saying something to Dos Santos or the player who make that pass, but he should have kept on going. Let the ref make the call on that situation.
Double substitution coming up here as Dos Santos chasing this one down, and Gilstrap comes out to win the ball but takes a knock off his knee as it was a 50-50 between him and Dos Santos.
Yes, it was definitely a good knock he took there, but Dos Santos wasn't gonna ease up on this one because the keeper at that point was outside of his box. So he becomes a field player then. So Dos Santos treat him as a field player. Nothing malice there anyways.
It'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. It's James to take it. Willie Hunt goes down. Corner kick number 8 for Rochester, and we'll have a double substitution coming up here in the 65th minute for the Riverhounds. It'll be James Bishu. He'll come on and replace Maloto. And then Dwayne Ewert will replace Zach Boggs. These changes coming up in the 65th minute. Maloto and Boggs are off. Ewert and Bishu are on. Fourth change. Third and fourth changes. Forbes will pick up another corner kick here for the Rhinos. Ewert, 18 years old, out of the Vancouver Whitecaps Academy. His 5th appearance of the season. Bishu, 25 years old, 6th appearance. Forbes, 9th corner kick. Top of the 18, Garzi heads it back into the mix. And the referee is going to call foul in a dangerous spot here.
Yes, it's a very, very dangerous spot. This is right in the top of the box. I mean, the ball came over in the air, it headed out, and Garzi came in for the header, and he was
kicked him.
Yeah, he was basically just kicked his legs out from under him.
What a great opportunity here.
I mean, this is in a position where
this is Canardo Forbes territory.
Yes, I mean, in a situation where this could be an easy goal. I mean, it looked like the Riverhounds is putting everyone in the wall.
It's about 23 yards from goal, just to the right of Gilstrap, who's really pinched over to his left quite a bit. Must be secure with the wall. Fall, steps over, Forbes shot. What a great save from Gilstrap.
Well, that was a great save. I mean, Forbes, he was to the right of to the left of the wall, to the right of the wall, and Forbes just bent the ball over the top of the wall, almost caught him. Well, that was a great save.
A great shot. Here is again from field level. And another foot. Gilstrap has no chance. 10th corner kick. Forbes. Dos Santos. Foul called as there's contact in the box, but 10 corner kicks, a huge amount for Rochester. Every single delivery, we've said it before, has been excellent from Canardo.
Yes, I mean, it has been excellent. I mean, the corner kicks, the free kick, every ball that he puts, and every set plays that he had to take tonight was excellent coming in. I mean, he give the Rhinos an opportunity to score.
There it is, opportunity. You see 10 corner kicks, 4 might be decent, but I mean, he is 10 for 10 on his corner kick delivery. That's such a great weapon to have. Farrell, nice little touch outside of the foot. James almost got onto it.
Yeah, almost.
Minute number 68, 2-1. Bob Lilly looking to get the Rhinos back into the winning ways after going 1-3-2 in their last 6 games played. A win here for Rochester gets them up to 21 points and up and over the Richmond Kickers, who host Bethlehem this evening. Smith, Hunt, Russell, Bishu to Earls. This touch has to be worked hard, kept in play by the Riverhounds. Ewart changing it on the near side. Morrell, Bishu. Slow to release and a chance for the Rhinos to counter with Turgu. Cuts it inside. Still Turgu. He'll get it outside to Canardo Forbes. Left-footed delivery blocked. Ugarte. And a shove there. No call.
That was a no call. I mean, that was great soccer between Forbes. But referee sees it as a no call. I think he's looking at it as a shoulder challenge, but that was just a push.
Yeah, no way. Turgu taken off the ball by Bishu. Herzog outside for Ewart. Taken away by Garzi. Ugarte. To Fall. Over Dos Santos, still deflected into the 18. It's going to be picked up by Gilstrap. Looking into the sun. Puts it down on the turf in the 71st minute. Fall wins the header. Garzi. To Dos Santos. Smith will step in and knock it out of play. Let's look at that last challenge. The referee said no, foul. Let's see.
Yeah, that's definitely a foul. I mean, shoulders you don't push with your forearm.
Yeah, it was out. It was out. Pittsburgh going to make their 5th and final substitution. Stephen Okai will be coming on. Did last season with the Riverhounds, Orange County back in 2014. Getting ready to make his 12th appearance of the season. Morrell, Bishu, Kerr, Russell, Ewart. Kerr has to backtrack.
Look, Rhinos getting everyone behind the ball now. I mean, it's make sure they defend this lead going into late in the second half.
Rhinos will pick up possession with Dos Santos. Through midfield, Dos Santos still looking for options. Finds it in Canardo Forbes. Forbes, good little move to get around the first defender. Good tackle. Coming back was Russell.
Nice, yeah, great tackle to win that ball.
There's Kerr. Well, if we have a man of the match, I got to go with Canardo Forbes up to this point.
Yeah, I mean, Forbes definitely take over from midway through the first half into the second half. I mean, he's been playing. And again, with those set plays, those corner kicks or free kicks, he was just on the money.
Pastalopoulos, Voleski, James, to Dos Santos. James gets hit from behind on the way back, no call. It's Ugarte. Rhinos now just taking their time, looking for their spots, picking and choosing. They've got the lead. Pittsburgh needs to come to them. Farrell to Apostolopoulos. Fresh and clean off that yellow card suspension.
And here again, the Rhinos are making some on the field position switch. I mean, Forbes now is on the right side. Turgu is like on the left side.
Green. Santos called for the foul. Knock from behind. Stephen Okai has been waiting for about 5 minutes to get in. And fourth official double checking with the Riverhounds head coach. Okai getting the nod. He's going to replace number 17, Drew Russell. Russell came on in the 45th minute to start the second half, but this change now being made to bring Okai on and Russell off, who got about 30 minutes of work tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's hurt or he's he's got injured or what the case is here. That's why the coach took him back off.
But back into the mix. Fall taking no chances. Throw one for Pittsburgh on the near side. Riverhounds looking for an equalizer. The Rhinos looking for the win and 3 points. Murrell. Kerr shoved down there by Canardo Forbes, who has his arms up in the air, but sorry, Canardo, that was a foul.
And I think he's like I'm guilty. I think I'll just leave your arms down and keep playing. Don't put your hands up and look like I didn't do it. Just keep playing. You're making it easy for the referee to make that call.
He got caught there. Kerr's delivery, good ball. The header, and it's in the back of the net, but it's waved off by the official as there was a nasty collision in the box, but it looks like there was 2 Riverhounds players who collided.
Yes, it looked like there was 2 Riverhounds. Both of them went up. Not even sure who actually got a head onto the ball.
There's a closer look. This is from field level. A little better look with the shadows. And it's
they collided, but I'm not sure if they hit heads or what.
I think Grinwis may have gotten a piece of the Riverhounds attacking player as he came out to punch the ball.
And did the ref call an offside, or did he call a foul on that play? I'm not sure. It looked like the linesman had his flag up.
That is very close.
So maybe before the ball was even kicked, maybe the Riverhounds players was in an offside position, and that's why it
Camden coming on for Voleski in the 77th minute. Here's another look. This is from the high angle, and let's see if the official on the far side has his flag up for an offside call, if he even shows up in the play. Hard to tell from there.
Very hard to tell. Well, maybe it's a foul on Grinwis that he actually called.
Yeah, tough to tell, but nonetheless, the referee blew the whistle pretty quick. And the Rhinos will hang on to this 2-1 lead. Smith. Hunt. Camden is on now, his 10th appearance of the season. Earls avoids 1, gets away from 2. Into space for Herzog, he's on. The header. And it's up and over the goal by Bishu.
Yeah, Bishu, that was a little bit too high for him, and there's no way he could have bring that down into the goal. He just wanted to get ahead on it.
Grinwis will take his time here. And I think the referee and the fourth official forgot about the hydration break. Usually it comes at the 30th and the 75th. Even the players are saying, no, let's keep playing. But the referee is going to insist that we go forward with this. Dave Branton and Nico Kadich, the coaches for Pittsburgh, not happy with this stoppage.
Right, not happy. I mean, even the Pittsburgh players are not happy. I mean, the referee's following protocol, and he has a job to do too, just like the players has a job to do. So he's looking out for the safety of the players, and he's calling the hydration break here.
Well, just a couple minutes ago, there was some controversy inside the Rhinos penalty area. We'll take another look at it and see if we can make heads or tails of this one.
Yeah, we still can't see a definitive definitively why that the ref blew the whistle.
Grinwis comes off his line.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of it could be a foul on Grinwis there. It went up and actually hit him because he went up in the air. He got a fist on the ball, but the player never get to the ball. The player get his body, so I believe that's what the linesman saw and he called it. Yeah. I think. I mean,
Wow.
it was close.
Yeah,
I mean,
very close.
Very close.
Very close. Tough to tell on that one, but some good work as the camera crew fighting with these shadows that, you know, it's 7:46. The sun just setting now, and shadows over 3/4 of the field. Hard to kind of tell. All right, hydration break is over. Our second one of the game, the 3 minutes will be added on to the second half stoppage time. As we begin with the final 11 minutes plus stoppage time. Earls to Green. Ewert. Get out of the near side. Forbes takes a look. Murrell applying pressure. Turgu. Hard tackle from Smith.
It's a great tackle there by Smith on Turgu. Again, I'm noticing that the Rhinos coach is making some changes, and he's putting players in position that I don't normally see he does. Like, for instance, like Camden is playing outside midfield instead of on the left side instead of the left football. And it's great to have players like that you can put in different positions and call upon them when you need to, depending on the other team and what the other team is giving you. You can put players in position that you know they can work and they can handle.
80th minute, only five changes for Pittsburgh, only 2 for Rochester up to this point. James fights through the battle of Herzog. Forbes. Dos Santos. Throwing. Well, the referee says free kick.
Yeah, that definitely is a foul. I mean, he looked like he scissors his legs and then pull him down instead of a trying.
But there's no flag wave from the referee's assistant. It's just up in the Rhinos' favor. Referee was the one who made the call from a few yards away. 82nd minute. Ugarte speaking with Bob Lilly. Gonna cement this one. Another good ball. And Dos Santos gets a powerful header on it, but it's way off the mark. And they're going to say Pittsburgh got the touch on it, so it is a good clearance.
Very good clearance. I thought Dos Santos actually got a touch ahead on that ball.
11th corner kick.
And could this be the the one that seals it?
Forbes. Another good ball. Garzi. Fall back to Ugarte. Nice touch. Forbes, I like the idea. You're in that zone, you try those little creative moves.
Yes, you do. I mean, and it almost worked too. I mean, just a little bit too slow on the move around him, but nice little trick there.
Kerr. Cleared by Morrell. Farrell back to Garzi. There's Forbes. Forbes and Earl's battle. Canardo runs out of space.
Yeah, he had 3 guys coming at him in that position there. I mean, he's a nice, nifty, little tricky player, and if he get around 1 or 2 players, I mean, he can make something happen in those positions.
This one's out of play on the near side. 84th minute. And these two teams will do it again August 20th. Pittsburgh will come here to Rhino Stadium. Next home game for the Rhinos will be on Wednesday, July 6th, as FC Cincinnati comes to town. John Harkes and FC Cincinnati drawing huge crowds, looking to make a push, I'm sure, for Major League Soccer, with a couple other USL teams, Sacramento in the mix as well. It'll be July 6th right here at Rhino Stadium. But before that, there'll be a July 2nd game at New York Red Bulls 2. Pass is intercepted by Camden to Dos Santos.
That was a great ball from Camden to Dos Santos. I mean, he was clear. If just all he had to do, get a touch on that ball, and he's in goal. You have an opportunity to slot the keeper.
Fall to Ugarte. Intercepted by Green. Pastalopoulos knocks it back. Dos Santos looks absolutely spent. He looks like he has just left everything on the field.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I think a couple of those through balls, because he had to chase a couple of balls down the field. And I think a couple of those running to try to get those balls actually winded him.
It looks like he has been through a 15-round bout. Sonny Samuels getting ready to check in. Wouldn't be surprised if it's for Dos Santos, but Bob Lilly always with a trick or two up his sleeve. 86th minute. Smith. Bishu. Chipped forward by Kerr. Picked up by the Riverhounds. Okai. Bishu. Looking for any sort of opening. Headed away by James. Turgu. Hard shove from behind by Morel.
Yeah, that was a takedown. That was actually a takedown there by Morel.
That's got to be a yellow card.
That got to be some kind of card. I mean, he absolutely was in front of him. He was beaten. Oh. Never came for the ball, just to the body.
Wow, no card. Wow. That's surprising.
Yeah, that is definitely surprising.
I mean, there's just no intent. It's to play the man, not the ball. And luckily, Turgu is not hurt. All right, restart is taken. Onto the far side, Ewert. Garte comes away with it. This one getting chippy here in the final stages. It's Turgu. Intercepted by Smith. Kerr. Takedown of Ugarte. The Fall comes away with it. Turgu. Gets it back from Ugarte. Garzi. A little chip. Ugarte's onside. A little too powerful on that service from Ugarte. Forbes has it though.
It was a great serve. I mean, the keeper back paddling, and he actually tripped over his legs.
88th minute. It's going to be Ugarte who's coming off in the 88th minute for Asani Samuels. So it tells you what I know. Not much.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, he's the coach. Lily's making some changes that you won't expect. I'm not sure. Again, I guess he's seeing something that we're not seeing, and he's putting players in position to counteract what the Riverhounds is doing.
So he'll push Camden now back to his normal left back position. And Asani Samuels will shift out to the left side of midfield. 88th minute, 2-1. The Rhinos with the lead, looking for their second win of the season against the Riverhounds. Pastalopoulos is dumped. Rhinos with 5 on the back line now. Just looking to bring this one home and pick up a valuable 3 points and their 6th win of the season.
Yeah, just can't make any mistakes now. I mean, you got to, and especially in the defensive third of the field, just make sure you're making crisp, decisive passes.
Dos Santos is in the box. Whips it at the near post. Gilstrap is there.
It's a great save right there. But again, Dos Santos looks like he's. I mean, I expected him to make get a sub for Samuel, but I guess he's not seeing what we're seeing.
He has worked hard tonight. Steven Dos Santos, 2 goals, 1 assist on the season, but always a handful to deal with in the box.
Yes, he's actually a dangerous player, and I think maybe that's what the coach is seeing. He's a dangerous player back there. He draws defenders to him, and that's what Bob Lilly is looking for them to do.
90th minute. Just put deep into the Pittsburgh half of the field. We did have the hydration break, so that will add some time to what we see at the final tally for stoppage time. It'll be 3 minutes for sure. I'm sure a little more than that. Turgu. Picked up by Kerr. Time running out of the Riverhounds and given away. Samuel's fresh legs can sprint down the far side. 4 minutes of stoppage time. As Samuels and the Rhinos look to slow it down. Fall. Now they're forcing Pittsburgh to chase and eat away at the clock. James. Off of Smith.
Yes, I mean, I like to see what the Rhinos is doing. Now, just keeping the ball, spreading the field, and let the other team chase the ball. I mean, because at this point, it's a do or die situation for the Riverhounds, and they want the ball so they can score. So let them chase.
Pittsburgh just minutes away here from their 8th loss. Just a little bit of time left to see if the Riverhounds can bring up some magic as they push forward. Okai. Earls has to hurry. Dos Santos. Good stick there by Smith. Dos Santos wanted the call, didn't get it. Pastalopoulos, the forearm to the back of Kerr. That's going to be a call.
I love the fans.
Yeah, you can hear them all, huh?
Yeah.
A late free kick here for Pittsburgh. Herzog knocked away by Canardo Forbes. Picked up by Morrell. Across the field to Kerr. He'll play one long and deep. Farrell wins the header. Just away from the foot of Garzi. Earls. Good ball into the box. Cleared by Apostolopoulos. Okai tries the one-timer out of the air. Doesn't get all of it. Dos Santos is wide open at midfield. Takes a hop. Off the head. Pittsburgh chasing him down. Dos Santos into the 18. Tripped up. Still a loose ball. No foul call. The Riverhounds will play on. Dos Santos down for the count.
He is down. I know he's spent right there. I mean, to chase the ball down, to win the ball, to try to make a shot and goal with that play is definitely spent.
We'll look at that Dos Santos play in a minute, but Pittsburgh has a restart here. This could be the final notch of the game as they're pushing everybody up.
I mean, everybody.
I mean, I would even put the keeper up at this point.
Yeah, even the keeper, he was coming up, but I think the coach sent him back. But he was actually wanting to go into the box. Now he's at midfield.
Kerr's delivery. Headed at the 6. Headed down in the mix. The shot by Green. No damage there. And the Rhinos hanging on to the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I think that was the final last opportunity for the Riverhounds. But I think these guys are pushing everyone now, everyone into the box. They're just trying to dump it into the box and pushing everyone up there.
There's a look at the Dos Santos off to the races.
I mean, right here, he's just overrun the ball a little bit, and he made a great effort on that one because the ball was still on the ground. The keeper had his hands on the ball, but as long as the ball is on the ground, he still has the opportunity to play the ball. And he did, but he was just so spent at that point.
He has worked so hard. You want to see him get that well-deserved goal. He deserves it tonight. Good effort by Dos Santos. He's been all over the place. And that'll do it. Some tight moments at the end. But the final score, Rochester 2, Pittsburgh 1. With the result, Rochester now 6